Welcome back. They say laughter is the best medicine. So the New York Hysterical Society is getting children out of their shells with comedy workshops tailored just for them.
Why can't Cinderella play soccer? Why? Because she always runs away from the ball.
The president of the New York Hysterical Society, Bernie Fershpan, joins me now. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
That was pretty funny.
The kids are great. Kids are very funny naturally.
All right, what inspired you to start these workshops with kids?
Well, I had a very brief career in stand-up comedy about a decade and a half ago. And then I ran a business, the New York Hysterical Society, booking comedians and having open mics and organizing classes for them. So I've always had this comedy run through my veins. And during the pandemic, I was listening to stories about kids, how they were suffering with anxiety. So I said, let me put a program together and present it to some of the schools out in Long Island and Massachusetts. And we ran some virtual classes for the kids, and the parents and the teachers and the school administrators loved the program. And so they kept me on to do in-person classes.
How did you develop the programs to teach in these schools?
Well, there's comedy is a science, really. It's a science and it's an art for delivering it. So I put together a PowerPoint presentation. It's about 150 slides, and there's about 5 to 10 classes, and within each class there's improv exercises. We do vocabulary, and then I teach them how to write comedy. And so each child had between 3 and 5 jokes that they wrote and one-liners that they presented in front of the school at the end of the program.
All right, you and I were talking about possibly trying to teach me comedy, which I told you would be the scariest thing I can ever imagine. So I'm not even saying yes yet. But tell me, how do you teach these kids when they're really nervous about getting up on stage and doing something like that? Because that's how I feel.
Well, I think once you have control of the material and you know what you're going to be doing, you feel more confident. Just like you, right? When you rehearse something and you stand up or you do something in front of television, you feel more confident because you have control over it. So I put together a program that teaches the skills of writing and the skills of delivering, and they do fabulous with this, and it's such a heartwarming thing to see them, you know, have the confidence afterwards.
And I was thinking they must learn so much more than just joke telling. It is about having the confidence and self-esteem to get up there and do that. Now the clip that we showed, you know, we just showed the showcase. The showcase that students do at the end of the workshops, what do you think the kids get out of the experience?
They get so much out of it. First of all, they bond with fellow students and teachers. And many of the kids, some kids are born naturally funny, right? But not every child like that. But it's really a skill, so you can teach it. And it levels the playing field when all of the kids are funny. So they feel great, and they take it to their life path and career path, all the skills that they learn, like impromptu skills, public speaking skills, you know, writing skills, all those things.
That's terrific. All right, what goes into creating a good joke? And are we writing one?
Well, I have been kind of playing around with an idea.
Okay.
And so stand-up comedians, they do more than just tell a joke. They do bits.
Okay.
A bit is an anecdote. It's a story. It's a funny story. But the way it's done and the way I teach the kids is that you're kind of like a prosecutor and you're talking to your jury and you're going to serve justice. And that's really like what a joke teller does. And so it's broken down into several parts, into 3 parts. There's a header. This is the thing that gives me the angst. This is the crime. And then the setup, which is the evidence, and then the punchline, which is the justice that's being served. Now, people laugh at justice.
Okay.
For example, at a wedding, when you have a couple that drank too much and they're dancing on a table and they fall, everybody thinks that's funny.
Right.
And the reason is because they had it coming to them. They broke a rule.
Okay.
Justice was served. Now, if you understand how this works, now you can write stories. I can show you how to do that, and it's so easy. Now, I've been juggling some ideas, and on the way here I thought of something, and my angst is that I'm getting older, so my physiology is changing, obviously, so I have angst about that. And so I was thinking that because my sleep schedule changes, let me write a little bit about that. So let's see if we can write something like that.
Actually, you know what? We're running out of time.
We're running out of time. We'll do it afterwards.
Okay.
And let's write your angst.
All right, I have a lot of
Would
that.
you consider something like that and then perform 5 minutes in front of
Oh my gosh.
It's something to think about.
Okay.
I will coach you, and if a third grader can do it,
Oh my God,
you
I don't know.
can do it.
Well, I'll think about it,
You
Bernie.
think about it.
Thank you so much. You're a lot of fun. I really
Thank you.
appreciate
I
you coming
appreciate
on.
that.
And to learn more about the New York Hysterical Society or how to book a workshop, head to our website, cbsnewyork.com. We'll be right back.